Now a story you will only see on Wave 3. A Louisville woman says she was beaten, sodomized, and left for dead 17 years ago in a Jefferson County park.
The attacker has only served part of his sentence, but he's eligible for parole. And speaking only to Wave 3's Elizabeth Donatelli, the victim says she is doing whatever she can to stop it.
And Scott, that victim only invited us to a parole hearing this morning, and still nearly 2 decades later, she has to relive the night she says 2 men tortured her for hours.
I don't ever want to be tortured again. Please don't let him out. Please don't let him out.
A Louisville woman identifying herself only as Nancy tells a room full of strangers her story.
He literally held me and drugged me by my hair when he sodomized me. He beat me about my head, and when he asked the other guy to do more to me and he wouldn't do it right away, he'd punch and kick him.
She's talking about 41-year-old Paul Bates, who was just 25 when he was arrested, Mark Abel, 29. In 1995, we aired this surveillance video from inside the Toy Tiger Lounge, and your tips led investigators to find these men.
But the most important thing I remember is the 2 detectives that helped me with my case said, if nothing else, you did absolutely everything right because you lived.
Police found her at Fisherman's Park in eastern Jefferson County.
I'm telling y'all, they buried me in the ground and left me for dead. Then they went home, got changed, and went to work after torturing me for 6 hours. Went to work.
But after sharing her story, she and her husband must wait because now it's out of their hands.
As soon as a decision is made, the inmate will be the first to know, and then you will be notified immediately thereafter.
This is the 4th time Nancy has spoken at a parole hearing and says she's doing it for victims everywhere.
If he had reached out to you ever at any point and said he was sorry, would that change you being here today?
No, absolutely not. I have to still continue to pray daily for me to ask God to forgive him for what he has done, because there are still times in my heart where I cannot forgive. And if I can't forgive, I can't be forgiven, and I got to be able to forgive.
2 members of the parole board will review the case and talk to Bates himself on Thursday. If they do not agree, the case will then go to the full board.